All right, so you say retail investors, they're buying on the rumor here. Again, we thought this robotax thing was going to happen today at first, and then Elon Musk says it's not going to happen for another week and a half or so. Is there potential for retail investors here to sell the news if this isn't as impressive as many people believe? Or is there kind of a cult of Elon Musk here where they continue to buy this stock, in your opinion?
I think both statements are true. In the past, we have seen these type of events around the AGM in 2023, but also around the dividend splits earlier after the pandemic. We've seen this buy the rumor phase, followed by a sell the news, sell the event type of phase as well. But retail investors, given their love for Musk, have always tended to come back.
How did that, again, very public feud with the president? I think feud is actually putting it lightly. Some of the things that were put out there were pretty intense. How does that impact retail investors? Because a lot of times this stock seems to trade on the sentiment of Elon Musk, whether he's distracted, whether he's focused, whether he's himself bullish about the company and its prospects.
Yeah, we actually saw on Thursday, which was probably one of the most entertaining days on X for a while. We actually saw big dick buying from retail investors in Tesla shares, as well as TSLL, which is the 2x leveraged long Tesla share ETFs. So clearly they were not faced or too worried about the spot. And if anything, they saw it or they view that day as an opportunity to buy. Just for reference, flows into DJT, which you would assume could have also popped for obvious reasons, only saw about 1 million of inflows on that day. So clearly tells you, number one, that Tesla remains a core portfolio holding for retail investors. That day saw 200 million of inflows in Tesla shares and about 75 million into TSLL. So it tells you, number one, as a core portfolio holding, and two, the love for Musk is still there, at least when it comes to financial markets.
All right. I also want to look at small caps. So small caps are positive in 9 out of the last 10 weeks, and you're saying retail investors are playing a big part in that. So first, why are retail investors all of a sudden very interested in small caps, and how are they playing a part in that rally?
Yeah. So one thing to understand is that when retail investors rotate towards smaller caps, because of the depth of the book of these stocks, there tends to be a much more direct impact in terms of price action. Sometimes with larger cap stocks, you don't see that, but in the aggregate for smaller cap stocks, when retail investors rotates from their core portfolio holdings and moves down the risk curve, there tends to be a bit more of a direct impact. And that also is helped, especially in periods where like what we've seen, for example, over the past year, we know that hedge funds, based on our institutional research, we know that hedge funds have tended to short that space. So when you have situations where retail investors are coming off really good and successful dip buying once again from April, and now they're looking to rotate into the riskier areas of the market, and in this case, small caps, given on the other hand, you have hedge funds who are short, they're causing what is called a short squeeze here, and it's helping propel prices higher.
All right. I don't know if you ever watched Mad Money here on CNBC. Jim Cramer says this year has become the year of magical thinking. He's talking about space and quantum computing and some of the other riskier trades. When we're talking about retail investors, how are they reacting to some of these different things? We saw Voyager go public yesterday. We're also seeing nuclear stocks. He lumps that in there with that group. And those stocks tend to be a bit volatile. How are retail investors investing in these? Are they just continuing to buy, or are they kind of pulling back and buying on news and selling on rumor? A similar situation to what you're talking about when it comes to Tesla.
I think I was on the show in January, and we were talking about quantum stocks because they were the hype of the moment. Those have kind of returned. What we're seeing is that as retail investors are moving down the risk curve, what they're doing, they're focusing on AI derivatives, and that could be from data centers to energy providers to quantum computing stocks. So a lot of these names have actually, after seeing some interest fading in April, now they're coming back pretty strong, and meaning that they're seeing a lot of retail support.